Let's talk about something every man has faced at some point in his life: ego. Not yours, hers. That unshakable, often inflated sense of self that can turn even the simplest conversation into a battlefield. You've seen it. She denies, deflects, and dominates, leaving you feeling unheard, undervalued, and frustrated. But what if I told you there's a way to dismantle that ego, not with anger, not with force, but with quiet, unshakable strength? These are not tricks or gimmicks. These are timeless, Stoic-inspired strategies that will not only shift the dynamic, but also empower you to take control of the situation with grace, dignity, and unbreakable confidence. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding human behavior, setting boundaries, and reclaiming your power. If you've ever felt overshadowed, dismissed, or disrespected, this video is for you. By the end, you'll understand how to dismantle ego without saying a word, how to command respect without demanding it, and how to become the man who thrives in any situation. So, if you're ready to step into your power, to become the calm in the storm, then stay with me. And if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread this wisdom to men everywhere. Let's begin. The first strategy is the simplest yet most powerful: silence. When she denies, deflects, or dominates, your instinct might be to argue, to defend yourself, or to prove her wrong. But here's the truth: words are her battlefield. The more you engage, the more you fuel her ego. The Stoics understood this. They called it apatheia, not apathy, but a state of mind where you are free from the chaos of irrational emotions. Silence is not weakness. It's strength. It's the ability to remain calm, composed, and unshaken, even in the face of provocation. When you respond with silence, you take away her power. You force her to sit with her own words, her own ego, and her own insecurities. Let me give you an example. Imagine she says something dismissive or disrespectful. Instead of reacting, you simply pause. You look at her, not with anger, but with calm detachment. You let her words hang in the air. This silence is deafening. It forces her to confront the weight of her own behavior. And here's the thing: when she sees that her words don't rattle you, that's when her ego begins to crumble. But silence is not just about not speaking. It's about cultivating an inner stillness. The Stoic practice of prosok, mindfulness, teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without being ruled by them. When you master this, you become unshakable. You become the man who can face any situation with clarity and composure. So the next time she tries to dominate the conversation, remember this: the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing. Let her words hang in the air. Let her ego unravel on its own. This is the first step in dismantling her ego and reclaiming your power. The second strategy is detachment. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes a superpower. The Stoics believed that our peace of mind comes from within, not from external circumstances. When she tries to provoke you, to draw you into an argument, or to make you react, the most powerful thing you can do is detach. Detachment is not about indifference. It's about recognizing that her behavior is a reflection of her, not you. It's about refusing to let her ego dictate your emotions. When you detach, you take away her power. You show her that her attempts to dominate or control you have no effect. Let me break this down. Imagine she says something designed to provoke you, a sarcastic comment, a dismissive remark, or even a direct attack. Instead of reacting, you simply observe. You remind yourself that her words are not about you, they're about her. This is the Stoic practice of amor fati, the love of fate. It's about accepting what happens and focusing on what you can control. When you detach, you send a clear message: I am not your puppet. I will not be drawn into your drama. This is incredibly disarming. It forces her to confront the fact that her tactics no longer work. And here's the thing: when she sees that she can't provoke you, that's when her ego begins to falter. But detachment is not just a strategy, it's a mindset. It's about cultivating an inner peace that no external circumstance can shake. The Stoic man understands that his worth is not determined by someone else's behavior. He knows that he is in control of his own emotions, and he refuses to let anyone else dictate how he feels. So the next time she tries to provoke you, remember this: the most powerful thing you can do is detach. Refuse to play her game. This is the second step in dismantling her ego and reclaiming your power. The third strategy is setting boundaries. This is where Stoic philosophy meets real-life action. The Stoics believed that a man without boundaries is a man without self-respect. When she tries to dominate, dismiss, or disrespect you, the most powerful thing you can do is set a clear boundary. Boundaries are not about control or punishment. They're about self-respect. They're about making it clear what you will and will not tolerate. When you set a boundary, you take away her power. You show her that her behavior has consequences. Let me give you an example. Imagine she interrupts you, talks over you, or dismisses your opinion. Instead of letting it slide, you calmly and firmly say, "I won't be spoken to that way." This is not an attack, it's a statement of fact. It's a clear boundary that says, "This is not acceptable." When you set a boundary, you force her to confront her own behavior. You show her that you value yourself too much to tolerate disrespect. And here's the thing: when she sees that you're willing to stand up for yourself, that's when her ego begins to crack. But setting boundaries is not just about what you say, it's about what you do. The Stoic practice of dignity, teaches us to honor ourselves and our values, even in the face of adversity. When you set a boundary, you're not just protecting your dignity, you're also teaching her how to treat you. So the next time she tries to dominate or disrespect you, remember this: the most powerful thing you can do is set a boundary. Show her what you will not tolerate. This is the third step in dismantling her ego and reclaiming your power. The fourth strategy is action. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes undeniable. The Stoics believed that actions speak louder than words. When she denies, deflects, or dominates, the most powerful thing you can do is let your behavior speak for itself. Action is not about grand gestures or dramatic displays. It's about consistency. It's about showing her, through your behavior, that you are a man of integrity, strength, and self-respect. When you act with purpose, you take away her power. You show her that her words and her ego have no effect on you. Let me break this down. Imagine she tries to provoke you or dismiss you. Instead of reacting, you simply continue with your day. You focus on your goals, your passions, and your responsibilities. You show her, through your actions, that you are not defined by her behavior. This is the Stoic practice of ascesis, the disciplined training of the self. It's about aligning your actions with your values, regardless of external circumstances. When you act with purpose, you become unshakable. You become the man who can face any situation with clarity and composure. When she sees that her behavior doesn't affect you, that's when her ego begins to crumble. She realizes that she can't control you, that she can't dominate you, and that she can't shake your confidence. This is incredibly disarming. So the next time she tries to provoke you, remember this: the most powerful thing you can do is act. Let your behavior speak louder than words. This is the fourth step in dismantling her ego and reclaiming your power. The fifth and final strategy is self-improvement. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes transformative. The Stoics believed that the only true power we have is the power to improve ourselves. When she denies, deflects, or dominates, the most powerful thing you can do is focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Self-improvement is not about proving anything to her. It's about proving something to yourself. It's about becoming the man who is so confident, so grounded, and so self-assured that her ego can't touch you. When you focus on self-improvement, you take away her power. You show her that you are not defined by her behavior. Let me give you an example. Imagine she tries to provoke you or dismiss you. Instead of reacting, you focus on your goals. You hit the gym, not to impress her, but to feel strong and confident in your own skin. You read books, not to sound smart in conversations, but to expand your mind and deepen your understanding of the world. You pursue your passions, not to prove your worth to her, but to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. This is the Stoic practice of autarkia, self-sufficiency. It's the ability to find contentment within yourself, regardless of external circumstances. When you focus on self-improvement, you become unshakable. You become the man who can face any situation with clarity and composure. When she sees that you're thriving, that you're living your best life without her, that's when her ego begins to crumble. She realizes that she underestimated you, that she can't control you, and that she can't shake your confidence. So the next time she tries to provoke you, remember this: the most powerful thing you can do is focus on self-improvement. Become the man she can't ignore. This is the fifth and final step in dismantling her ego and reclaiming your power. Men, the power is in your hands. When she denies, deflects, or dominates, you don't have to play her game. Instead, you can use these 5 Stoic-inspired strategies to dismantle her ego, reclaim your power, and thrive in any situation. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread this wisdom to men everywhere, because the world needs more men who are willing to step into their power. Remember, you are enough. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You are the prize. So go out there and live with confidence, integrity, and purpose. The journey to becoming the best version of yourself starts today.